Hey everyone, Mary Cristelli with PCC Wellness and Recreation, back for another weekly workout. We're just going to dive right in. First, before I do that, I wanted to make sure I let you know that I will include this workout in the description below so that you have access to that on this page. But we'll go ahead and get started right away with the warm-up, which will be similar to how it's been the last several weeks, where we're doing 30 seconds for each exercise, 2 rounds through. We're going to start with a hip hinge T rotation. So what we're going to do is stand with our feet hip width distance apart, and we're just going to hinge forward at the hips. We want a nice flat back. We're going to put our hands in front. I'm going to scoot forward so I don't hit the wall. Just put your hands right down in front of you, fingertips toward the floor, and all we're doing is rotating open, coming back down, alternating over to the left. All right, so we're just opening up our arms and coming back to center. So we'll do that for 30 seconds. Then we'll move into an internal and external hip rotation, which we'll be standing for. Again, feet hip width distance apart. You can put your hands on your hips for those if you'd like. If you need, you can use the wall, a chair, the couch, whatever, for some stability if you're needing that. But all we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate. I've got my right leg, I'm just bringing it out and rotating it back in. And then we'll switch to the left side, rotate it out, roll it back in. So just opening up the hip joint, just rotating outward and inward. 30 seconds alternating with that. Then moving to a toe touch with a knee tuck. And what we're going to do is just extend our right foot out. It's going to be 30 seconds on the right side. Well, 30 seconds one leg, 30 seconds the other way. So we're going to extend right foot out, hinge forward at the hips, touch the floor, and you're going to bring your left knee up to your chest. Step that right foot out again, leaning forward, stretching that hamstring, pulling that left knee up toward the chest. You'll do that side for 30 seconds, then we'll switch. So this time I've got my left foot forward, bringing my right knee up to my chest. Again, hinge at the hips, stretching out that left hamstring, pulling that right knee to the chest. So you do 30 seconds, leading with the right foot forward into the toe touch, pulling your left knee up. Switch, do 30 seconds leading with the left foot forward, pulling your right knee up. Then we'll come down to the floor for the last 2 movements for our warm-up, and we're going to do a cat-cow, which is, if you are familiar with yoga, this is a common yoga pose. So we want all 4 on the floor, and as you inhale, you're going to drop your belly, dip your back, raise your chin up toward the ceiling. You should feel a stretch along the front of your body, particularly in your abs. As you exhale, you're going to tuck your chin to your chest, arch your back like a Halloween cat. So inhaling, dropping that belly, lifting the chin toward the ceiling, exhaling, tucking your chin towards your chest, arching that back. You'll feel the stretch along your spine. So you do cat-cow for 30 seconds and then alternating bird dog. So we're going to stay in this 4 on the floor position. And what you're going to do is, I may not have enough room, but that's all right. You're going to extend your left leg out and your right hand up. Bring it back down to the floor and switch. Let right foot out, left hand out. So just alternating, kicking opposite body. So we don't want our chin up toward the ceiling. We don't want it tucked into our chest. Last week we had talked about pretending like there's a peach or an orange between your bottom of your chin and your chest. Again, we want that same type of spinal alignment with our neck, just alternating. So you'll do 30 seconds of each of those exercises. Don't forget with the toe touch to a knee tuck that it's 30 seconds one leg, 30 seconds the other. You do that 2 times through, and then hop into the strength portion, which will be 3 rounds of a handful of different exercises. So the first is we're going to do a reverse lunge jump, and we're going to do the lunges solely with our left leg. So what you're going to do is you're going to jump back into a lunge and jump back straight feet. Okay, so you're going to do 7. If you wanted to, you could step back into that lunge. As you stand up out of it, drive your knee up towards your chest. So you go 7. On your 7th lunge, you're going to stay down in that lunge position, and you're going to do 7 pulses. Okay? And then when you're done with that, you'll jump it back up or step it back up into that knee drive. After you do the 7 lunges with your left leg stepping back, you're gonna come to the floor and we're gonna do plank up downs. So we can do these one of 2 ways, just depending on what your comfortability level is, what your strength level is. Just you choose what's best for your body. So the full movement is in a full plank position, and what you're doing is you're gonna bring your forearms down to the floor and press back up into a full plank. Let's go ahead and move so we can see that. So the first one I led with my right arm, the second one I'm gonna come down onto my forearms with my left, press back up into a full plank, leading with the left side. The other way to do it, if you're like, I don't think I can do the full plank right now, no worries. You'll just be down on your knees. You can drop your feet to the floor if you want, or you can keep your feet up in the air. There's no reason either way. And you're just gonna walk down into that. So there's one on the right, one on the left. So you're gonna do 7 each arm. That means that you're gonna go 7 dropping down into that forearm plank position and come back out of it leading with your right, 7 with the left. I alternate. It'll be a total of 14 repetitions by the time you're finished. So your plank up downs, then we'll stand up and do the lunges on the right leg. So we did our left already, so we're gonna jump back into the right, jump back, okay? Again, if you wanted to, you can step back, come up, drive that knee up, okay? Again, as with the left side, when we finish and when we get down into the bottom of that 7th lunge, we're gonna do 7 little pulses and then come back up, okay? After we finish our lunges, we'll come down to the floor for a super new movement. I'm gonna grab a blanket because I have a hardwood floor and it's gonna hurt my arm, and I didn't plan for that, so it may hurt my arm. I'm gonna take laying on my side, I've got my left hip on the floor, knees on the floor, feet on the floor. I'm gonna put my left hand out in front. I'm gonna take my right hand, which is my bottom arm, and wrap it around my chest just to keep it out of the way. I actually don't need that, silly me. And what we're doing is we're coming down and pressing up. You will feel this along your triceps. So we're gonna come down and press up into a side push-up. If keeping your bottom arm up feels a little too challenging and you need something a little bit less intense, no worries. You can take that bottom arm, which is my left. I've been saying the wrong side the whole time. Got my left hand out, my bottom arm out, my right arm here, and we're not using this bottom arm here, my left hand, which I've got up here above my head, not using that to do anything but help stabilize. You can use a little bit of pushing, but we really want the movement coming, the strength coming from our triceps. So we're gonna do 7 on one side, switch over, and do 7 on the other side. So now I've got my right arm wrapped around my chest, and my left arm is doing the work. Again, you can take that bottom hand, put it up above you to help give you a little extra. So we'll do 7 each of those side push-ups. Then for the last one, an isometric lateral walk. So you're gonna be in a wide-legged stance position. You're just gonna squat down, holding this squat. You're going 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, we're going 7 each way. So there's 2 each way, 3 each way. We're taking 2 steps in between. All right, so 7 of those, 3 times through, and then moving into the cardio portion after that. We've got 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest, 2 rounds through, so it'll be a total of 6 minutes, and we've got 3 movements. So the first, I call it a Heisman Shuffle, and it's because in this motion we end up in that Heisman position. So you're gonna go just 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? And you're crossing that opposite knee to that opposite elbow. Okay, so you do that for 30 seconds, rest for 30 seconds, then move into scissor hops. And so what we're doing is you're gonna just switch hopping back and forth. Which foot is in front? You can get your arms involved if you like. You don't have to. If you don't want to have that much cardio, you can do alternating step back and forward, okay? 30 seconds of that, 30 seconds of rest, and then moving into a cross mountain climber. So typically when we do mountain climbers, we bring the same knee to the same elbow. In this one, we're crossing our knee across our body. So instead of bringing your right knee to your right elbow, you're gonna bring your right knee across your body to your left elbow. Left knee to right elbow, okay? So just making a little X with our body. You can go slower if you'd like. You can go fast. Just making sure that we're crossing right knee to left elbow, left knee to right elbow. You'll do the 3 of those 3 times through, then come down to the floor for the core portion. And these ones I think are kind of fun. They're called crab toe touches. There are 2 different ways we can do this. What we're working toward with the movement is we want to be up, hips up in the air, and then you're kicking your legs, okay? So this is the full movement. Sorry, that almost fell. And I'm just kicking my left leg up, reaching my right hand to my left toe, right leg up, left hand. Okay, so this is the movement that we're working toward. That may be challenging, totally cool. What we're gonna do is gonna come, put our bum on the floor, hands down, fingertips pointed towards your feet, and you're just gonna kick, alternating that, okay? So this, you should feel this in your abdominal muscles, but we're just gonna kick and do this. If you wanna practice a little bit, you know, you're like, I gotta start low down to the floor, but I think I'll try it for 1 rep each side. Do that. Go with what you're comfortable with, what is challenging enough, but that also feels manageable. After you do your crab toe touches, which it'll be 8 touches to each foot, which will be 16 reps total, you're gonna flip over into a plank position and do some body saws. And so I do need my blanket for this one. So you're gonna put your forearms on the floor in that plank position. Again, when we're in a plank position, we don't want our hips sagging down toward the floor. We don't want them way high up in the air. We want a nice flat back. I clasp my hands together. No reason, just do it, because otherwise I fidget. And then you're just gonna come up and back, up and back. So 12 body saws. And then you'll lay flat on your belly. You're gonna zip your feet and legs together. Bring your hands out in front of you. Lift your feet up off the floor and do Superman. So 8 of these, and you're just coming just straight up. Again, we want nice alignment with our neck and spine. The motion is in the low back. For the core portion, it'll be 2 to 3 rounds, your choice. Push yourself, again, as much as you can and feel comfortable with. Don't push yourself too hard. We don't want anyone getting injured doing any of this. And as always, I hope you have a really excellent workout. Again, I'll put this in the description below, and I will see you next week. Take it easy.